RFK poses like a legitimate narrative challenge to the Democratic Party and the executive branch because he's challenging them on foreign policy. Challenging them on federal responses regarding health policy. So it's like actual criticism of the executive branch. Now I don't agree on RFK. I got actually strong criticism on many things, like including Israel, Palestine, and his solution for the Ukraine-Russia situation. I think is a little bit off. But the fact that we have someone that can drive the narrative here, I think it's pretty cool to see the Democrats swarm to deal with someone who is telling the truth about stuff like the CIA and FBI. When we see the Democrats becoming more authoritarian, more supportive of the FBI and CIA. I don't know if you guys saw the cringe-worthy hearings that have been going on the last day or two, where the Republicans are attacking the FBI. You have the Democrats that are pretending the CIA and FBI are the beacon organizations of democracy and public justice. I will just sum up what this clip is. I want to give you guys thoughts on whether you guys think RFK is being paranoid in general. Because he was on Fox News. Once again, I'm not going to play the clip just because it may freeze. But RFK is asked if the CIA is still capable of political assassination in the United States. And essentially, RFK is saying, I'm prepared to be potentially assassinated by the CIA because of what he's talking about here. Do you guys think that's something the CIA is capable of doing? Why would we be fearful of that?
Well, I certainly do. The CIA is capable of killing anyone who gets in their way. We've seen it every day. Obama, when he was president, met with John Brennan, head of the CIA, to decide who to kill around the world. Every Tuesday, the two men would get together and decide who to kill by drones. CIA operates those drones overseas and kills whoever they want. When they blow up a wedding party by mistake or a funeral, oops, sorry, we killed you by mistake, they go on. So the CIA operates with literally no public oversight. They do whatever they want. I do worry about Bobby Kennedy Jr.'s safety. They killed his father, as Aaron said, they killed his uncle. If he gets too close to the White House, I worry about his own security. I know that he has better security than his uncle did and his father did. He has people who protect him. But anyone can get killed. It's what the Godfather told us. You can kill anyone in this world. If you're the CIA and you're determined to do that, they have the means and the force necessary to do that. So I do worry. Every day I worry about how fragile our democracy is. I'm about to hand over this country to my sons and to the next generation. We all are. And we have to worry about what kind of country we're handing over to them, how poisoned it is, how anti-democratic, authoritarian, and surveillance, like you were saying, Nick, has become. The Democratic Party, I spent my whole life in the Democratic Party. When did it become the party, like you said, Nick, of censorship, of surveillance,
yes,
of control, of authoritarianism? I mean, what the hell is going on? So Bobby Kennedy, God bless him, he has the courage to run for president. He is someone who deserves all our support. He's virtually all alone in running for president, saying the things that he's saying. And so all of us should rally around him.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Aaron, before I move on to the next part?
I feel the same way. We should rally around him. I also feel that like any viable candidate that can end this empire, it's worth it. I'm not saying that I don't think we should wait for the perfect candidate who says the perfect things all the time. Any candidate who could potentially end the empire and thus restore some democracy and the rule of law would be very valuable, because we are in a trajectory where nuclear annihilation is quite possible, or some other terrible scheme that they may contrive to come up with a way to impose a more totalitarian system. The more that this empire is allowed to exist, the longer that's allowed to exist, and the longer that its darkest secrets are withheld, like the Kennedy assassination, to avoid the reckoning that we need to have, we're all at risk. I mean, literally, we are the U.S. empire and its nuclear stockpile and its mission to dominate the world forever, which is more or less what they say, or at least for another new American century, right? This is, it sounds hyperbolic, but it is quite likely the greatest threat to human existence that we have faced. It is an insane system and ideology, and it has all the power. It has enough power to blow up the world several times over, and it risks doing just that by its different gambits. Trying to confront other countries that have nuclear weapons. It's really a dire moment, and he is taking a great risk, up to including assassination. If they do assassinate him, I would guess it would be in a subtle. They could either have some, random wacko be a lone nut and do it, or, like they did with John Leon and Lou Russell during the Watergate years. That you have these people that just drop dead of heart attacks at very opportune times, and then you saw Frank Church a couple years later holding up like the CIA's heart attack gun, right? I mean, this is and that was in the 70s. I can only imagine how sophisticated they are now with these things. So he is taking a great risk. And, is it going to be a repeat of 1968 where, you do have people like Cornell, who seems a lot like MLK in terms of his rhetoric, and RFK Jr. is a lot like RFK Sr. And remember that the last time that the empire looked really bad and the establishment looked really bad, they resolved that just by assassinating those two guys within a couple months of each other. Problem solved, right? Because leaders matter. Don't the anarchist, silly left people that are like, leaders don't matter because hierarchy is bad and we're going to have a wonderful non-hierarchical system and that's going to win. Well, show me where that has ever happened, okay? There's a reason why they kill leaders, and RFK is at risk, but there's also, on his side, if he does die, it'll be quite obvious what happened to him between now, because he's a very healthy person, as we can see when he's out there, doing push-ups and stuff.
Yeah,